Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today. We're doing a makeup roundup, also known as favorites and fails. If you want to see what I've been using during the month of September, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to hang out with those who feel the same way, definitely consider joining the community. I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So how are you? I'm excited. Tomorrow is Rosh Hashanah and I'm off of work. August goes to a Christian school. He's going to school. Marky wants to go to his grandparents' house. They did not say no. So I don't know what I have planned for tomorrow. May have nothing planned. May try to finally paint my nails and toes. I don't know. But let me know how you're doing in the comment section of the chat, whichever you prefer. And we're going to go ahead and get this started again because I already got into it. We're starting with lip products today, and I'm starting with ColourPop, y'all. Look at this, y'all. This is from the Barbie collection. Now, I don't think this was promo for the movie. I think this was way before the movie came out. And I had the whole collection, but sold most of it. This is the shade Golden Beach. It does have the Barbie imprint on it, if you can see it there. And I will show it to you because it's already swatched. This is Golden Beach, and this is the liner that goes with it. And I have to stop being a person that saves things. I save things until they're not relevant anymore. I save clothes until I can't fit them anymore, not because they're too big. So I have to stop doing that. And I went in and pulled all my ColourPop stuff out. Like, I know sometimes I feel like I've outgrown ColourPop. I'm actually wearing a Lippy Sticks right now. I'm not sure which shade. And I did just buy a Lippy Sticks Vault. And I'm like, okay, like these are kind of cool. This is a blur one. They have blur matte and another like a satiny one. I didn't even realize there were different formulas. So I'm gonna be getting all into those. But happy with this shade, pinky nude, almost foundation lip type looks. And you know, I love those. So happy with that. Next time I shouldn't wait. I have this one from our girl Patricia. This is Dare to Bear. That's this one here. And Pat McGrath was my favorite lip gloss formula until I found the Maybelline Lifter, which is also in this list. This is the shade Petal. I'm gonna get more of these. It's happening. I feel like they're just beautiful formulas, both of them. There's no stickiness. They're just so smooth. And I don't recall getting that white line. White lines, you know what I'm talking about? I'm not into that. So I am happy with the Maybelline and the Pat McGrath. I also would like to say that the Pat McGrath mini lipsticks that I have, most of them I purchased in trio sets for $25 at the time. I'm not sure if she still sells them like this, but I have a bunch. I probably have like at least like 9 or 10. But I also have her full size. So I don't know what shade this is. I don't even know how that happened. But what I will say is that my full size Pat McGrath lip glosses I got for $12. She used to have these $12 lip gloss sales. And that's when I got most of my full size, no, rephrase. That's when I got all of my full size Pat McGrath lip glosses because you know what? I just can't. I gotta just realize that I can't afford stuff. And before I was trying to manifest affording stuff, and it's like, maybe I'm trying to manifest affording the wrong things. So I'm going to continue to wear my Pat McGrath lip glosses. I don't care if the shelf life was 12 months. I mean, these are probably going on 3 to 4 years and they are fine. So we're going to go ahead with that and the Maybelline lifter glosses. I have to get more of these. They're great. So there's that. Now, speaking of the ColourPop Lippy Sticks, this is an old one that I had well, obviously it's an old one, so it's not from the vault, but I probably have this in the vault. This is called Oh Beehive, and this was from the, I want to call it Wild Child collection, but I feel like that's not what it's called. That collection is still available on the ColourPop website, but I've been wearing this one. Oh, look at that shade. Beautiful. Love it. There were like 3 that came with that collection. And I pulled them out, and that inspired me to get a whole vault. That was very OD. I did not need to do that, but it happened. Next we have from my girl Tasha. This is, I see there's some debris or something on here. I'm not sure why, but it might have got washed. This is the My Dream lipstick in the shade Natasha. You know what? This is one of my favorite shades of lipstick, but I have to tell you all, okay, it looks like the Barbie one. I'm feeling like I get that white line with the gloss as well. But this is I love this shade so much. My sister was even telling me she loves this shade on her. It's such a great mauvey, pinky, cool toned look. But I'm thinking I get the white line with that. We don't need that. I don't need that in my life, and I don't need to figure it out. I'm gonna keep using it and testing it out, but I'm 99.9% sure that I get the white line, and I have to be careful. I have to monitor when I wear the Natasha lipstick. That's it. Lastly, for lips, we have these glosses from Adept Cosmetics, and y'all know I love me some Adept, like, you know it. So, but I'm you know, I'm honest. These are not my favorite lipsticks because I don't need the glitter. I don't need the glitter. I don't need the sparkle and shine on my lips. Now, is there a time and a place? Yes. I do feel like these are a little stickier than my preference. Let's just put it on because I can't remember. Let me not lie. I don't want to lie. Okay. They're not really sticky. I just don't think I prefer a glitter in my gloss. Unless it's the Pat McGrath Lavendering. That's probably the only excuse. Or what's the other one? Angelic. I like those. But it's not my favorite thing to have glitter and gloss. But I do have all of these. So here are two. And I think they're coming out with some more. These aren't sticky at all. So I'm not, I don't know what I was talking about. They're not. I'm just not drawn to use them like I would be an Adept eyeshadow palette per se. So that's how I feel. All right, that's gonna be it for lips. So now we're gonna move on to, let's just do kind of like complexion, okay? First we have the Rare Beauty Light Medium Setting Powder that I forgot about. I love the closure on here so it doesn't make a mess. And I think it's a nice setting powder. I think with me, because I'm so light-handed with makeup, I need to just stop buying things because it's like, maybe if I use more of the product or use more of a product consistently, I could really master the product and see if it's really good. I do think the Rare Beauty powder is good. I mean, I've used enough of it, but I haven't used like a lot, maybe half. But I like it. But I continue to buy more powders. There's that. We have one of my oldie but goodie bronzers here from Victoria Beckham. It's supposed to be contour bronzer. I just swipe it all. And again, another product where it's like, can I tell the difference between this one and the Gucci one? No. So that means don't keep doing this. And I did a bronzer collection video, so I already know I don't need any more bronzers. And I haven't bought any more bronzers since I bought the NYX ones. But the NYX one sealed the deal for me. I don't need anything else at all. I have the Beautiful Skin Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I tried this out. Doesn't it look so orange, y'all? I remember saying that. Like, it is a little yellow for me and just yellow in general. When I do put it on, like, it's okay. But this is another thing I remember buying. It came out, you know how there's a lot of there used to be, I believe, a lot of foundation releases at the beginning of the year, the new year, and this was one of them. 2022, I believe. I think, like, yeah. I can't tell you about it. I don't think it's bad or anything like that. I mean, when it comes to foundation, for me, since I'm so light-handed with it, it's more about the tone. This tone is a little bit yellowy for me, and you know, it's taken me a long time to come to terms about my paleness. Like, I'm always trying to get things that are tan when, truth be told, I'm really light medium. Which, well, doesn't bring me to that product. It'll bring me to another product in a minute. This is the Chanel Le Beige Water Fresh Complexion Touch. See, I've used a bunch of that. I don't have an issue with this. It's just messy, the way you have to put it on and bust up the granules and bust up the pigments. But as far as coverage, it actually covers more than you think it would. It does. It actually does. This is B40. The Beautiful Skin is in the shade 9 Neutral, which y'all know this doesn't look neutral at all. So there's that. I like this. I'm not repurchasing it. And there's other like more affordable dupes that will be a better fit for me in my life. But I don't think I'm going to buy anything like this. I'm just not. So I'm going to finish that out though. All right. Last complexion product. This is old, y'all. And I just started bringing it back out when I realized, like, girl, you be looking real pale. This is the De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops from Drunk Elephant. And I started to get, they have something like this. Elf, I think, Milani also. And I'm like, no, but you have these. And this is what these are imitating. And I'm just going to go ahead and use them. So what I do is I may dab some drops on my skin or mix it in with my foundation just to give me a little bit of something, because I like to consider myself, I don't know what I consider myself, but sometimes, oh my gosh, I was just on the phone, like FaceTime with my sister, and I had a Chromebook in the background, so the light from it was like reflecting on my face on the phone. Ariel was like, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, oh my God. And what could I do? That's just my real face. So, I mean, what else? What can I do? Except use these De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. All right, we're going to get into some more face stuff. Hold on. Next, I have the Natasha Denona Hygiene Skincare Infused Glow Beautifier. I'm using, which this is the medium one. I have medium and I have dark. I actually like this a lot. It's very glowy though. Like, look. Y'all see that? Let me see. See that? Real glowy. And it feels almost wet. Like really, really creamy. Not exactly wet, but not exactly dry. It's a very odd texture, but I like it. And the deep one, I have the dark one too, and that one's nice as well. But you know, I'm trying to look glowy. Like, I'm not trying to look dry and ashy. And I feel like sometimes my skin, just because of the tone, can be a little ashy. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. This one came out, it was for holiday, I believe, a couple years ago, when she had those pop shots, which you'll see in this video. This is the medium deep one, and I like this as well. This one, I feel like it's a little, it appears a little bit hard panty, but not really. So I'm gonna keep using it. And I like to see that I'm using things 2 years later. And it does have to be more of a conscious decision. So now we have these Tarte Glow Squad palettes. I don't want to say they're regrets, because they're not. But they are not Hourglass. They look like Hourglass, but they're not the same, but they're very good. That's what I will say. They are very good. So this one, Sephora had the pictures wrong, I believe. This is really the light one, and this is supposed to be a bronzer, which I think is way too light for most. I do. The highlighters, they're very, very icy. So that's the thing. I think that's like, as I continue to compare these to Hourglass, Hourglass does have a strobe highlighting palette that I really like, but I think, would you say the Hourglass ones are a little less icy? Because these are icy. Like, I'm thinking the Hourglass highlighters are a little less icy than these. I'm not sure if everyone would like that. I think that most people would benefit from, no matter your skin tone, from the deeper palette. You just have to go lightly. You just can't have I can't have a heavy hand. And I had a heavy hand in the video just to see the colors. But this is the one that I think is more suitable for most. And you got this raspberry blush. So you get two blushes instead of having the bronzer. And then you have this golden highlight, which I think is a little less out there and icy. This one's the same. this rosy one. That's this one. So I did do a video on these. So you have to let me know if you purchased. I will also say the quality is fantastic. It's also half the price. Well, no, because Hourglass did just come out with a quad, and that one's $63 or 60 something. These were $45. So the price, I think, is worth it. Hourglass just has something like that ambient. It's really like that soft glow from within. It almost looks like you didn't put on makeup, and they're able to do that. And if you have one of those marbly blushes, it's like they weave that ambient powder in there, and it's just a different finish. I don't know if it can be imitated, but I will say the Tarte palettes are very nice. I think they are worth $45, and you get a lot of product with those palettes. You have to let me know if you purchase them. I do like them. I'm going to use them. Thought I was done with face products or complexion, but I'm not. I have the Rare Beauty bronzer. This is in Happy Soul. I have come to appreciate the formulation of this. It's like cream to powder. This one is neutral leaning cool on me. I don't think this is my ideal shade. And if I had to redo it, because I did purchase this online, probably would go with something a little bit warmer. This is almost grayish, gray brown. And that's not what I prefer. I prefer to be warmed up. I have a concealer here from Glowish. This was from my friend Miri here on YouTube. I don't have any issues with the Glowish line. It's just one of those things that seem to kind of fade away. Huda, and this is a little bit yellow for me, but it does work fine on my skin. My friend Miri, it just didn't work for her, so she gave it to me and it works fine. I think that Huda has started to put more of a hand in her brand again, and I do have the Huda Beauty concealer. So I'm not sure of the difference. This is Bright Light Sheer concealer, so I'm not sure the difference between this and the one from Huda Beauty. So, and I don't really care. All right, I have the LYS. This is the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in MG5. This is another nice one. So when it comes to concealer, I was watching a video from Samantha March, and I didn't finish it yet, but the title was like, is there really any bad makeup anymore? And she was just trying out different makeup products. Like, I don't have like bad concealers. I think for me, it's more of the tone. And the Natasha Denona concealer in Rosy Peach 6, that is like my favorite tone because I like a rosier under eye. It's kind of peachy, and I love how that looks. So when I do try other concealers that are neutral, like I think Dior would be my number 2. But Dior is like my actual skin tone. I get 4 in. So if I am only wearing concealer that day, that might be what I use because I'm not putting anything else on. But the Natasha Denona one just gives a little bit of a different rosy tone. This one, I feel like this says medium golden, but to me, it's neutral and it's a little bit lighter. So if I want brightening, I'm going to get that like here, I think. It's probably really my real skin. No, oh my, I don't know. But I do like it. I don't have any issues with it at all. I probably won't repurchase it because I'm always trying different things. My most repurchased concealers have been the Natasha Denona and the Dior. Now let's get to what we all care about the most, and that's the eye stuff. So we're gonna start with something different. We'll do palettes last. Here I have a Denona Myricks Color Fix Matte. This is the shade Ginger. These things set down and they do not move. And I purchased this a long time ago. I probably have had these for 3 years. And I was just like, one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to pull this out. You need the littlest bit, something like that. If you want to put it on your eyes as a little wash of color, there you go. That is it. You can use a brush. You can use your fingers. Or what have I been doing all my life? I don't know what I've been doing. So they dry down. You can put a little shimmer on top, and you are good to go. This was a waste of money. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Pop Shots. She just relaunched these. This is Diamond Eyes. Is it nice? Yeah, it's okay. But it's nothing different than, it's nice. I'm sure this was $30. Like, That's embarrassing. Like, who, what? Now with these little jewels on here? Goodbye. I'm not doing it. Auric Glow Lust. This is the Entice Smoke Reflect. Pulled this out. Longevity is excellent. Look at that. So much product in here. And I mean, you literally just tap. And I'm just talking about like, how much do you need for your eyelid? So I don't know. Hopefully these will last me until I'm like old and gray, because they have been going strong. I don't think these toppers are great. I don't think they've ever been great. I don't think they've dried out. Oh gosh. Yeah, these weren't good. I don't know if she's reformulated, because I haven't bought anything from Auric in a long time. I'm just trying to scrape the top off so you can see what the color is supposed to look like. And then you can put it on top. But I had to do a lot of scraping for that. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty. But maybe use a brush. But the topper shades, I just don't think are great, because now swiping it again, it is hard panty. If you can see, it's like my Odin's eyeshadows. So I can't do that. I did use one of my Lisa Eldridge shadows. I'm not sure what these are called. I can't remember. Liquid Lorex, I think. This is in the shade Daphne. I have 2 of these. I gave 2 to a friend, and now like, why'd I get them away? But this is like, oh my gosh, so pretty. And I love that. Really nice. These also do not move. They have a beautiful sparkle. They're so pretty. And I did get 2 of the matte ones, so I like to use them this month in October, so I can talk about them at the end. All right, we are on palettes. And then, oh man, I just got stuff on my new bedspread. Ah! First, let's start with, I don't have a lot of palettes actually, because y'all know I haven't really been doing a whole lot. But this is the Unity collection from Adept Cosmetics. Very, very beautiful collection. Reminds me of spring, these mattes do. Lots of beautiful shimmers to choose from. I'm rarely disappointed with anything from Adept. And I have to say though, Flying Fiddles will probably be my #1. But I love Adept. I love their eyeshadow vision and their collections. And they are reformulating and reformatting one of their best-selling palettes. I'm not sure when that's coming out, but I cannot wait. Then we have this beautiful blush palette, which is new for them. And these are beautiful. I have one of the older Adept blush palettes. I think I have it right here. This is the Stella palette, and I love this thing. I do. Happy to have a blush palette from Adept. I think it's beautiful. I love how there are 3 mattes and 3 shimmers. So you can wear them on their own, or you can actually combine these to give your blush a little bit of a blush light. So really happy with that. Love the ombre here in Duality 1. That's really nice. It's just a nice palette. It's a really nice collection. Wasn't sure what to expect with this collection, because it's like the Flying Fiddles packaging, but it's not Flying Fiddles at all. And I like how it has that purple tone, so you kind of have an idea of what's on the inside. So very, very nice job, as per usual. Another palette that I used was the Empowered palette from Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty is always underrated for me, but every time I use it, I'm like, why aren't people talking about Huda Beauty? Like, or maybe they are. I think the thing is that she only comes out with 1 big palette a year. I love that. I hope she does not ever, ever, ever change that. Because it gives me something to anticipate and look forward to. Like, what is she gonna come out with? You know, and it makes me actually cherish those palettes. Almost, I won't say like a mothership palette that we're not getting, but I will say it's like, it makes you cherish those palettes because you're thinking about like, what is it gonna be? And you know she's only coming out with 1. And I am cool with skipping, like she here and there may have a 9 pan that I like that Jaguar palette. I love that. I still have that. I have the Love Fest one. I just bought that on a whim, but the Jaguar palette. I'm looking at it right now. It's always in my vicinity because that was great. Ever so often she will come out with something like that. I don't think a lot of people loved this palette, but I have no issues with it. Happy with it. I did pull out Pretty Grunge as well. I like the look that I did with it. I'm sorry that I did not film it, but you know, I'm still getting used to myself in cool tones. And it was just a particular day where I just wasn't feeling super confident and happy with my look. So I was not the eye look, but just me in general. And I was like, ugh, I don't know if the cool tones were the best look for how I was feeling at the time. But, you know, I'm still getting used to it. But I think this palette's great. I think it was a nice addition to her line. I think it was necessary for her line. So I can't wait to see if she's going to do something, what she's going to do. We have the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette, which I don't even think I've really worn on the eyes. I just did the eye swatches, so that shows how much I needed the warm. I'm just being honest. So there's that. I am going to use it. This is going to be just a really good palette for me. I really do wish that she would have named this Biba and put some cool grays in here. And I mean, people would have been very thrilled. But she also had a sale, and I think you could get Biba for like $99 or something like that. She had a sale recently. Biba's gonna beat out I Need a Warm, I think, for me. I do. Because Biba's, to me, almost a little bit warmer than this one. This is almost my nude palette. It's warm, but it's not like the I Need a Nude palette is a little cool, in my opinion. Two more palettes. Let's talk about my BYOP palette. It's one of my favorites right here. I love this. I need to use this again. This was my September palette, so I just picked some of my favorite ambery shades, and this is probably one of my standout BYO palettes from the whole line of BYOP palettes that I've done. Because we've been going not 3 years yet, but maybe 2.5 years. This is a standout. I love this one. This is so good. I might have to keep this together. I just think the choices of mattes are just so easy for me. These are perfect. You have these little murky, like this little marigold murky kind of yellow. You got a nice little peach, and then smoke it out here. And then I have all these shimmers that you can use or even do as one and dones. I have a couple dual chromes. So I was really happy with that. I think I did 2 looks with that palette. And then finally, we are gonna wrap all of this up with Gargoyle from Unearthly Cosmetics, another palette I was really happy with. Every time I look at this, it makes me wanna repurchase well, not repurchase, but purchase the new Not Normal remastered, because I have the old one, and the old one's not my vibe, but the new one is. So I might try to wait until we get a sale. But this is beautiful. Even though it's a little blue heavy, I just had a really good time with this palette, and I absolutely love the formula that Unearthly Cosmetics has now. Continue to love the vision, love the packaging. So they just continue to step it up, and I'm just so happy. This was the first indie brand that I got hooked on, and I just love seeing the growth from them. So that's gonna be it for my roundup, yes, this month. So you will have to let me know your favorites and fails from September and just how you're feeling. I'm feeling somewhat of a resurgence in my makeup love because I lost it for a bit. And I'm still not there with eyeshadow. I'm kind of in my eyeshadow stick era. I'm in my one and done era. I'm in my let me try to be to work on time era. I actually have not been recording in the morning at all. I haven't really felt like it. And for the past 2 days, I've been doing weights in the morning. So I'm just trying to shift some things around because I really want to be fit. So I don't know. I just have to make concessions with some things and schedule some things. So I'd like to get back into morning filming and that's when I usually do my Do We Still Love Hers and things like that. Lately, I've been focusing on like my blush and just having the whole nude eyes, just bronzer, mascara, and just doing just kind of easy looks. And that's been working for me, and I've liked it. So my test is like when I go into the bathroom at work, do I like my makeup? And I'm still not there yet. Is it possible? Let me know. Maybe it's not possible because I don't know what that that lighting is in the school bathrooms or in the school period. But I've had some days where I've had to text my mom and my sister, like, I don't really like how I look. People are like, it's the lighting. And I'm like, and my sister was like, you've always been that light. So I don't know what else to do. All right, y'all, thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another one today. I hope this was therapy for you. It always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.